Predator, Killer of Killers is an amazing new animated anthology showcasing 3 different stories of human Yutja conflict. There will be spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it. I highly recommend watching it if you are a fan of this franchise. You get a variety of gory battles alongside some of the most innovative uses of Predator technology that I've ever seen, and it is animated beautifully. For as long as I can remember, fans have been clamoring for Predators to hunt in a different time period, and Prey has opened up the floodgates. This movie gives us Vikings, ninjas, World War II fighter pilots, all trying to survive against the titular aliens. I think it's just stunning. One of the best Predator movies to date. Dan Trachtenberg is 2 for 2 with these movies, and he has another one coming out in November. I'm so excited. Here is our full review from the Binge Warmers podcast. Welcome back to Binge Warmers. My name is Hopper, the Predator's Chopper.
Chopper?
Get to the chopper!
My name's Steven.
Today we're talking about the infamous Predator, Killer of Killers. It's not really infamous. It just came out.
It's so good, though.
So good, dude.
Yeah. The movie was awesome. I liked, you were even talking about it, so it's broken up into 3 segments of different protagonists.
Yeah, it's like an anthology kind of.
Yeah. Set in different time pieces. Really cool. The art style is very cool. It was giving me like the What If What If had done anything good.
It was a little more stylish than What If. It was more like art. It was more like
hand-drawn CG.
It felt like
weirdness.
hand-drawn painted or something.
Yeah.
Really cool. Very like
really sick.
It fit the style, I think.
Yeah.
Totally.
And each of them had a different tone to their story, too.
Oh, my God.
I like the overall message, too. Like, predators are very lone wolf type people, and humans are pack animals. Mm-hmm. And you see that throughout these anthologies, like the help that they use to fight off these predators. Except for, you could argue there wasn't really help in the first one, you know?
Well, that was... it started with a lot of help, and then it kind of devolved into not. That was... What was your favorite segment of all the 3?
The third one.
The third one?
In my head, I was like, Top Gun's got nothing on this. I literally thought that in my head.
We'll be spoiling the Predator, Killer of Killers. It just came out.
Obviously.
There's not a lot of like plot to really spoil. I guess there's a kind of a reveal at the end. But I would say check it out before you watch this, just in case you care about that kind of stuff.
Or if you don't, it's not like there's major plot things. It's your run It's your run-of-the-mill Predator type movie, but they're going through the different ages. The first one's in Norse, 800 AD, around that time. The second one's in Japan, 1600s. And the third one's in some battle over the Pacific. It's during World War II.
1942.
Really good timepieces.
I've heard, fans obviously over the years be like, what if there was a Predator movie set in, like, ancient Japan? I think they would be really, like, samurai versus Predator. Or, like, what if there was an ancient, not ancient, but, like, the Old West or whatever. Or there's a Predator in caveman time. There's all these different ideas. We get Prey, which is like a Native American thing. Mm-hmm. So then I think Dan Trachtenberg, the director, was just like, well, what other ideas we got here?
And he's like you said, we can do anthologies. They don't have to be massive movies to tell these great stories, which all of them are great stories. They had these little self-contained stories within of the overall plot. Oh, one thing that really got me. In the first anthology, we follow Ursa like the bear. Anyway, she's following the killer of her father, who killed, he made her kill her own father so that she could live, kind of thing. And her father literally says, like, avenge me. So her whole life is, like, tracking down this guy and killing him. And you can kind of tell it's like a waste of time. Like, she shouldn't have done it, really. She let it consume her whole life.
Heavy gave Thor going to kill Thanos in game, like... Didn't really mean anything at this point.
Yeah, like I did it, now what do I do kind of thing.
If you're feeling like that, here's your next step in life. Like this video and subscribe to the Binge Warmers. Hi, I'm Hopper from editing, and I'm just here to remind you that this is only one part of a larger podcast. And I know what you're going to ask me. Yes, you can listen to this anywhere you get your podcasts. The video version is on Spotify, and you can also watch it on YouTube if you are a member. Also, join the Discord. We've got a fun community over there. I think you'd really enjoy it. Links to everything are in the description down there. Let's get back to the video.
But then at the end, when they're on the Predator homeworld and she decides that she has to sacrifice herself to save them to get off the homeworld, she literally looks and says, do not avenge me. Yeah. And I was like, that's character growth. That she's realized that she has to break the cycle that her dad led her down, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Which they don't even kill her. Spoiler alert, they just refreeze her.
That's the narrative twist at the end there. Mm-hmm. So that all these different time periods and all these people from different time periods, they're all frozen and used to just like fight in gladiatorial combat on the Predator homeworld, or I guess some sort of. I thought it was their homeworld, but it could have been just like a different.
It could be any type of colony or whatever.
In between world.
That's something I kind of love and hate about the Predators. We don't know a lot about their lore.
I'm assuming they've had the same technology for like eons because like they froze like all these people from all these different periods on Earth, and they still have the same technology seemingly.
That's another thing where I kind of want to call them a little hypocritical because they really pride themselves on being like a predator, right?
Yeah.
But then they'll like dumb down their weaponry because they're like, oh, I'm fighting a Native American girl, or I'm fighting a Viking. Oh, let me use dumbed down weapons, right?
Sure.
But then the weapons are still 100 years past anything anyone else can go, and you're still invisible and you have heat seeking.
Some of the predators too, I mean, most of them really are cowards and like they are sore losers. Like in the first Predator, whenever Arnold beats the Predator, the guy like literally has a bomb and he's like, I'm gonna blow up everybody. I don't lose. I don't lose. I'm gonna get my prey.
It's so dumb because they come across as this proud being of warriors, and you would want to respect it, but then you just see time and time again where they're like, fingers behind their back, like I'm totally a proud, honorable warrior type thing. But
even though like they go invisible, like that's clearly a better advantage.
Yes,
you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
The guy who's fighting the Vikings had like this big kind of pulse punching machine thing.
So sick, dude.
I think he was my favorite. He was so big and intimidating this whole time. I loved him.
Oh, I like the samurai guy the most.
He was cool too.
Yeah.
He had this kind of like chain type weapon, and he actually used a lot of like he had a spear that kind of like split out. And
bombs though too. That was my problem because the hook and the spear, I was like, okay, and then he just started shooting bombs. I'm like, what are we doing here? You're fighting people with swords. That's why it bothered me in the third one too. Like the guy is in a spaceship.
Oh, literally
shooting them.
Yeah.
He shoots out a net, and I'm like, oh, okay, a net. He's just gonna trap it, and then it dices up the whole plane, and I'm like, was that necessary?
Was that may have been from another? I know it was from Alien vs Predator, but that may have been like a separate Predator thing.
It could be.
I loved all the callbacks and stuff. There was a point in the fourth segment, like when they're all together on the homeworld. The guy from World War II, his name was like Torres. He pulls out, they give him a gun that's like from Spanish colonial era or whatever. And that's funny because that's like the gun that was in Predator 2. And it was also at the end of Prey, I think, too.
Oh, was it really?
So that was kind of a tie-in, like funny joke, I think. Yeah.
Wow. I was like, wow, these dumbasses couldn't even give him something from his century, you know?
Well, so Predator 2 kind of ends in a way that like Danny Glover beats the Predator, and then like he goes up to their ship and like he sees kind of the stuff. That's where you see like the xenomorph skull for the first time, and you see like a gun from like, you know, ancient time or past times. I keep saying ancient, like it's like not super.
No, I got you.
But like, so that's kind of the first idea. That's like, oh, maybe these aliens have been coming to Earth for like a super long time to hunt and stuff.
And then we're confirmed in this that they have been in fact doing that. And I remember like she showed up with the necklace, and then it showed the other guy and stuff, and I was like, wait, how are they all in the same thing? I was like, did they cryo them? Are they cryoed? And then it shows that. I really like their teamwork too in the final bit, you know.
When I was in college, I was a communication major.
Yeah.
We watched a bunch of stuff. One of the episodes of Star Trek about like these two guys on a planet, they can't understand each other, but like they have to learn to work together. I felt that a lot because they didn't understand each other. Torres knew a little bit of Japanese because World War II, so he was kind of speaking to the Japanese guy, but he was like not really, you know.
No, and the Japanese guy's like, this guy's crazy. I'm not even talking to him anymore.
He said the most poignant things of all time. He was like, you know, a leaf that falls from the tree falls alone.
Yeah.
Leaves grow together, but they fall alone. And he's like, you're not alone, brother. Like that was so sweet. And then he's like talking to this, you know, World War II guy, and he's like, can't understand him, and he goes, those who talk to themselves just talk to the dead.
Yeah. I was like, what? I love too. His story was my favorite because at the end he beats his brother.
Yeah.
That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He just wanted to give him that cut and be like, look.
Didn't want to kill him.
Yeah.
No.
And then he falls and he's like, oh well, I didn't want that. That was messed up right there.
Whoops. Yeah. And two, like that was mostly silent. Like it was very
which
like
was so good, dude.
It was very like representative of their theme of, you know, like ninjas and assassins and quiet attacking and stuff. And like I loved that like you know they were fighting each other. They were kind of like trained under the same master essentially, but then they were gonna fight, I guess, to the death or fight to like.
I don't know what that was about.
I was like, bro, because and the guy that we follow, he's like not trying to kill his brother, but the other guy just like swipes at him immediately, like
he's got the chain hook with the
so sick, dude.
So sick.
I love it, man. He's got those little red like pellet bombs that like explode in smoke.
Yeah.
He's even like used that. He's so smart too because he used it to like see the predator for like just a second to get a shot on him.
Yeah, and then they see the leaf on the predator at the end. Yeah. So good, dude.
They blew him up. They think he's dead, but he's like, you can't find his body. You just see like the splatter of blood, and they're like, is he still just like sitting right there?
Yeah.
And I think they're trying to fool the predator into thinking they're fighting each other again.
Yeah.
And they like run at each other, but they like slice him. Oh, it's so cool.
I loved it too because I went into this thinking that it was going to be the first predator just killing throughout the ages.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I didn't think it was going to be them killing the predators, but then the more I think, I was like, well, they do. We actually win. I think most predator fights in these movies.
Well, these movies are usually just the predators killing everybody up until the last moment where the last person outsmarts them.
Yeah.
But these characters were all like they are the last people, and the stories are so condensed that like
you have to.
And there wasn't a moment where I was like, oh, these guys are gonna die.
Yeah.
But it didn't really matter because they're kind of short, and you can assume because you see one of them in collars or one of them in a collar, so you're like, oh, I bet they're all gonna stay alive.
Yeah.
But that didn't really detract from me because I didn't really care if they lived or died because I knew that would be okay by the end of it.
Yeah.
But the stories were still impactful on their own.
So good. I thought they were gonna do like because this is the thing. If you ever played that game For Honor, but
I've heard, yeah.
And it's not just For Honor, but it's a big one. Everyone thinks that the three main fighting people, it's the Norse Viking, the medieval knight, and the Japanese samurai. So I thought we were going to get a medieval knight to wrap it out, and then it ended up being Torres from World War II. But I was like, hey, that works too. I'm with it.
Yeah.
Him being a mechanic was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And the plane was like falling apart and stuff. He's like, I'm just going to get on the plane wing and just kick this thing off, dude.
It's like a Mission Impossible stunt or something.
Yeah, what the heck? It's dumb, but
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That
it
whole
helped him
segment was cool.
learn about the heat-seeking thing.
Yeah,
which was sick.
They all, in their own way, learned about the heat-seeking thing. Maybe not all of them, but like the Norse lady, she goes underneath the ice water, and she's like, I guess the temperature of the water at that point. So the guy just like walks past her. She's like drinking air from the bubble that's
Which
like there.
is crazy, dude. So crazy. I was like, I would have been frozen solid by now.
Oh, absolutely.
She's like having a whole fight underwater with him. And I was like, I would have tapped out. Just kill me.
Oh my god, that was like, I think that was my favorite like choreography from the whole thing. Even though the Japanese stuff was right, but like her like wrapping the it's like a anchor around his arm.
Yeah.
And then anchor arms.
Oh, anchor arms.
She wraps it around his arm and like finds a way to like smash the thing. Also, her weapons were just like sharp shields.
What the heck?
That was so dope,
You're
dude.
cutting people's heads off over and over again.
That first scene where they're like fighting those guys to get to the guy she wanted to kill was like insane. It was kind of a one take and you just showed people like just insane Viking violence. It was awesome, bro.
So sick.
We don't see enough Viking violence in
We
movies.
don't, man. Well, you probably go watch that Viking show. I bet you see a lot of it.
It's good, I heard.
Yeah. It's a little dated now for me.
Which of these Predators was your favorite? You like the Japanese one the best?
The Japanese Predator was so sick. He was sleek, dude. He had the coolest weapons, in my opinion. But the concussion fist was so sick.
Cool.
The problem with the third act is that you don't really see the Predator that much.
Yeah.
He had like an eye patch or something.
I like that he was a fighter pilot. Like that was, you don't see that a lot with Predators.
No.
They do have ships. Like we know, like in the first Predator, controversially in the first Predator, you see the spaceship coming to Earth.
Why is that controversial?
Because the filmmakers wanted it to just be, they wanted you to think it was just about an action movie in the jungle up until there is an alien predator like you see it. Like they didn't want you to know that it was an alien thing. Like they wanted it to.
So why did it show up?
Because studio had some test screens and they were like, people don't understand why there's an alien here. Yeah, that's the point. We're trying to surprise them in the middle. What are you talking about? So
idiots.
Anyway, but we've seen them pilot ships and stuff. We know they obviously travel through space.
Yeah.
But it's cool seeing one that's like a gunner, like like specializes in like shooting down planes and stuff.
Yeah, so sick, dude. The like seeking hook thing that just pulls your engine out of the cockpit. Crazy. Dude.
I like that Torres was like investigating a little bit and he found it and he like figured out how to work it and stuff.
So the new Predator movie coming out, the live action one, is it by the same guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so this is all going to be connected.
I think he's like fully committed to the Predator series, and I love it so far.
Here's a guess for you. I think the Predator gets his head blown off at the beginning of the fourth act. I think it's going to be that guy from the movie.
I'm into that, dude.
That would be cool. It'd suck, but be cool. I was thinking about this too when I was watching the fourth part when they're on. We're just going to call it the Predator Homeworld. Yep. They need scientists. They need engineers. They need builders.
Yeah.
But I bet you they're looked upon as second-class citizens.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I think in The Predators, that one where like they're all in like the forest world and stuff like that.
Oh, I was thinking about the one with Olivia Munn.
That's called The Predator. I think I'm talking about just Predators.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one's like 2012 or something.
You definitely see that there's like bigger ones, and I think The Predator has bigger ones too.
They do because there's two different species. There's like a civil war going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the OG Predator from like Schwarzenegger is the smaller one, and then they have a really big one. Oh. And he was like fighting him, and the guy picks him up, and just rips him in half or something.
Oh my god!
I love that one because it was more of a comedy.
I need to watch that. I think that's a Shane Black movie.
Have you not seen it?
That's the only Predator.
Brother, I went to the theaters and watched that. I was laughing my ass off.
Great cast, like Olivia Munn, right?
Yeah, there was some
Keegan-Michael Key.
Yes, he's in there. I think he's the one with the he just says shit.
Black Panther's uncle. He's the guy that plays Angstrom Levy and.
Oh, Sterling K. Brown.
Yes, I love him, dude.
Love Sterling K. Brown. It's a great movie. I can't believe you haven't seen that.
I know, it's the one thing I haven't seen yet.
Yeah, so I'm just wondering, like, when you're growing up, like, when do you decide, oh, I want to be a warrior, or no, I have to be something else? Or is it you fail the warrior rites, so then you have to do this? Like, how does it work? You know,
I think your whole culture is war. Like, your whole, well, not war, but like hunting. Like, the whole thing about them is they just want to hunt and kill like the strongest things in the.
Yeah, but they need other things to sustain that lifestyle.
Yeah.
So what path do you have to take in life that determines that? You know, that's my question.
That's a good question. I don't know.
You know, like, are you 15 and they go, okay, go kill this. If you don't, you're going to school.
Maybe.
You don't want to go to school now.
Hey.
You kill that bear.
You know, we might be getting some of that in the new movie because it seems like there's, you know, the guy's kind of a runt. Like, it seems like that from the trailers.
Yeah.
In Predator Badlands.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Love that name.
And he's like fighting this big monster. So my assumption is like he's trying to prove himself to the bigger predators. So.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited, dude. Great movie, though. Anything else you gonna do?
Oh my god, so cool! I love animation and I love anthologies.
I'm glad that animation's getting more serious too.
Yeah,
like this is a serious movie. You know what I mean? It's not just cartoon for kids kind of thing. You know?
Yeah, and I think as we go along, you know, more stuff like this. We got a Terminator anime. We got like an Alien TV show. I think there's these kind of legacy properties are getting some room to just like breathe and expand.
Right.
And really make some interesting stuff within the framework of this franchise.
Absolutely, dude. And I love that he's just like, yeah, let's make an interconnected universe.
Absolutely. Do you think they'll make a sequel to this, or maybe this will show up in Badlands or whatever?
I think it'll be. I don't think any of these are going to be sequels. I think they're going to be their own separate things, all within the same universe type thing.
I think Prey is getting a sequel, and Amber Midthunder's character shows up at the end of this. She's frozen also in the. Did we mention that already?
Yeah, I think we did.
That was like the big reveal at the end. That was like the end credit scene or whatever. Like they didn't kill the Viking lady; they just froze her and like put her in this like massive locker of all these people.
Did you recognize the first? Because they showed two freezers, and I know the second one was a lady. Was the first one supposed to be someone we were supposed to know?
It looked like a big alien or something.
That's what I thought.
I was trying to look closer at it. I know there's a.
I realized I said I couldn't figure. I was like, I can't figure this out. Hopper will know. I'll ask him when he comes over. If that
I forgot to look into it, to be honest with you.
Got you.
But it looked like, you know, maybe that I don't think this is it, but they're in the new Badlands trailer. There's like a Independence Day alien on the wall. His head's on the wall.
I did see like the spread out head in the freezer, so I don't know.
Maybe that's what it was. I'll do a Google after. Maybe I can put it up on screen if I figure it out.
Yeah.
If not, it's just an alien.
Yeah, just an alien. But it's so sick. There's an entire like warehouse of frozen people or creatures that they were like, okay, you killed one of us. We'll fight you. You know.
I liked it a lot, and I'm excited to see these characters come back. I liked all the characters enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it was anthology, so they didn't get like enough time to like super develop, but I liked a lot of what I saw.
The fact that you could feel for them in such a short time anyway, because it's about an hour and a half long. So I'm thinking, I didn't time it, but I would think each act was about 20 minutes and then 30 minutes for the final reveal. So, but they did a lot in that hour and a half. So, I mean, they did a lot in that hour and a half than a lot of Disney movies, live-action remakes that were 2 hours. I'm just going to say that. So.
It is nice talking about a good thing for once.
God, I was so relieved. Man. But yeah, that was the first thing I did this morning when I woke up was turn on Hulu and watch the movie.
We're going to watch How to Train Your Dragon next week, so that will not be quite as fun, will it?
Pray for us.
PREY.
Oh, I like that. But yeah, that has been our review of the movie. Kind of spoiler, not really spoiler.
Nothing really to spoil. It's just a lot of fun action, choreography, good animation.
Yeah.
Just check it out.
Great story. Yeah.
Great story, yeah.
And leave it in the comments if you have seen it. Do you like it? If you haven't, go watch it. And we'll see you next week.
Special thank you to Glenn F. and S550GOD, a.k.a. Gavin. We appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for supporting us and helping us to make this content.